this episode that's coming up this Thursday is really exciting because I know that the fans were very upset with Teddy, as am I. So I feel like this is definitely a kind of beautiful moment, and Kevin directed it and did such an just amazing job. So we're doing well under the circumstances, and even though it might be difficult at times, I think everyone is just very happy to be here getting to sort of film.
Well, like you just said, this upcoming episode is very big for your character. And yes, I have to agree. I have been very upset with Teddy. Like
I know.
So you need to tell us, like, what can we expect? Are we going to be satisfied with it? Are we going to be less mad at Teddy? Like, what can we expect on Thursday?
I think this episode will really explain Teddy's behavior, and I totally get it. I was really, the things that she sort of went through, and not so much, it's not an excuse, but I think it really gets to sort of the underbelly of why she did what she did. And I think it helps us all understand something that seems unforgivable, and hope that she can be forgiven, which I think is timely with sort of what we're dealing. I think a lot of people during this pandemic have sort of thought about their own behavior or someone else's behavior and confronted it. And I think that that's also quintessential Shonda Rhimes and Krista Vernoff of really showing people when they're at their worst, and then also showing them in sort of their hero moments. So I just think that this episode, I mean, I read it and I was just sort of blown away. It's shot in a really different way, but yet still very Grey's Anatomy. And there's a lot of great, people that kind of come into it and just explain the grief and of sort of what Teddy experienced and has never acknowledged. She really does have PTSD. So, and it definitely is amazing having Kevin directing it, because we did so many scenes together. And yeah. I mean, there's this one scene where we had to eat cherry pie, and cherry pie is not my favorite. And so, like, because he's the director, like he just would like watch me and he wouldn't call cut, and I'd have to kind of keep eating it. So finally, since he wasn't calling cut, I was like, here, you eat it. So we had a lot of laughs while we were filming it.
But you said you were blown away with the script. Like, what other words can you give us a little tease to this Thursday episode?
I was blown away because there's things that happen within the episode that are just kind of magical. I think you have to tune in because I don't want to give anything away, because I think it's just something that is more experienced by watching it. But I definitely will say, like, this episode and, all the way to the finale, like, they are episodes not to be missed. And there's just, it is just the way the writers came together and the stories that they're telling and how they've sort of woven them together is amazing. And there's just I don't want to give anything away. I was about to be like, and then there's this, and then there's that. And, but I'll say tune in.
Well, I will say, I mean, every episode I've been on the edge of my seat. When DeLuca died, I was not well. I'm still not well from this. So were you guys surprised? I mean, yes. Okay.
Very, very much so. We really, I mean, we love him. And, anytime a cast member is leaving, it's very difficult because you get very, very close, and but I think the fans know that another cast member is coming back for a little bit, and not that takes the sting away from losing one, but I will say, I wonder if I can say this. I will say that was not his last episode. Like, we see him, so maybe that's another reason to tune in.
You're just giving us all the reasons.
I'm being cagey because that's also part of the sort of beautiful journey for Teddy. Yeah. And also for me, getting to work together, more. So just because one person leaves doesn't mean that they don't come back. And this has been definitely a season of that. So
I was about to say, with all the surprise cameos, I mean, McDreamy, Patrick Dempsey has
I
made
know.
a return in several episodes, which I have been loving. It's been
I
great.
know. We all have. We really have. I mean, we all, again, like we're all, you get close to other cast members because, I mean, we have been, when you think about how long the show has been running. So I think everyone's really happy to see when past cast members come back.
Yes, and it has just been reported, and we saw photos over the weekend that Sarah Drew is coming back. Can
I
you
know
tell us
we are.
anything?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I mean, just it's such a great storyline, and she's so fantastic, and her chemistry with certain characters is amazing. And just really like it's with everything that we're all living, to have Sarah Drew come in is this really just sort of effervescent, great, beautiful energy. So it's nice. It's really nice.
Can you tell us when we can expect her to come back? Like,
I'll let ABC do that.
oh, you're leaving me at the edge of the seat.
I know. That's why you guys have to just watch every episode.
I do want to ask though, the show writer a couple weeks ago said, like, hey, this season finale can either be the series finale or will continue on. What do you think? Do you think this is really the end of Grey's Anatomy?
I honestly have no idea. Those things are so out of our control, but it just makes you be really present and in the moment, and so grateful that we're doing this episode now and this scene now. And I mean, I hope it doesn't end. I love it. I love telling the stories of Teddy, and I feel like there's so many more stories that need to be told, can be told. I think especially coming out of this pandemic, that it's there's so much like sort of fun and relief and kind of quintessential be had, but we don't, I don't know. So again, like I think that that's sort of like what I've learned in this last year is you just I'm grateful for where I am right now, and I hope that we continue.